So Av3k versus RAISY. This is the most recent season where I lost to him, I believe 2-1. So let's go through it. Let's see what mistakes I've made.
Of course, Av3k's going to have every single time, and if he has the orb in his back pocket, then great. You know, he can really be on the full offensive. But if not, then he's going to have to try and go for that chip damage. But it's like hitting the bar.
Oh shit! I was clutch. Alright, I think I know what mistake I made already. I believe I lost this. Well, I don't remember it, but I assume I lost this. We'll see.
On door doesn't really need to worry about the aim skill there coming forward. And speak of the devil, we are going to start from Av3k's POV here to see what he can do. Just pick up the LG and the light straight away. I'm just going to already, even with the orb usage damage straight away.
Okay, so first of all, I kind of rushed this decision. I shouldn't have been like going so close range up against him. I had, I think, a shotgun and maybe even a rocket launcher. Well, I definitely did have close range weapons and I had a good stack and ability ready and all that. But still, the orb combo with him hitting all the triballs, because there was no way not hitting them. I was standing in a doorway. Like, just look at that.
And the light straight away.
There's no way he's not gonna hit all 3 triballs and the orb when I'm coming through as a clutch in this door. I barely fit through, he's not gonna miss. And it's Av3k. So, not sure what I was thinking. Maybe I should have kept a little bit more distance, but I guess I just wanted to ambush him and quickly get a frag. But as I said, it was kind of a rushed decision, which I shouldn't have done. I probably should have played it a little bit slower, baited out the orb and then attacked. But nope, I went all in and then I got punished for it, so well done, RAISY. Well done.
I'm just gonna already, even with the orb usage damage straight away before he even initiates the shield. That was so important.
I absolutely thought that RAISY had that fight in the bag, right?
Same.
The shield came out after the orb.
I missed that rail. That is a very easy rail to hit and I should have, and I still missed. That rail could have dealt 90 damage and that would have granted me the ability to rush him down here before the major items spawn, and I could have killed him and then gotten both items, but because I missed the rail, our stacks are equal and I don't think I rushed him down, or at least I hope I realized back then that I shouldn't rush him down because I just don't have the stack to do so. But yeah, it's because of this rail that I missed on him. It should have been a very easy rail to hit, but I somehow missed it still.
But the LG of Av3k
I tried for another,
and that was absolutely the
and now I'm just getting rid of stacks.
However,
oh, somehow I still got the frag just in time, but I think my original idea was to go through here from heavy through water to the telly, and then meanwhile go for a rail, which I have tried. It was still a miss, but I have gone for it just because I tried to deal some more damage before I, in the end, showed up here at T. And the original plan, I believe, or at least I hope I was thinking like that, is to get the bubble while I'm fighting, so I can stack up while I'm fighting, and then also the small armor, because he didn't have any armor other than this small armor by shotgun. He only had 50 armor, and if I take this small armor here and then heavy, then I can deny some armor from him, and I have more in the end as well. Not like instead of just sitting still on heavy and taking it. So I went a little bit more aggressive, and I even managed to kill him just before Mega. Not sure what would have happened if I hadn't killed him in time, but like this, I assume I take Mega, and if I'm fast enough and I position myself well enough, and I go towards the railgun, he would spawn at the, like, between LG and Rocket in that corner there. But if I position myself in a bad way and I let him spawn on the Rocket area above heavy, he can steal heavy from me. So I'm hoping I had enough mind presence, not sure how to say that, to realize that now, before he respawns, I should take Mega and jump towards the railgun cubby area, because that way he won't spawn above heavy and he cannot steal heavy from me. The only place he can spawn at would be between the Rocket and LG in this corner back here. So I'm hoping that I realized this in time and I denied him from stealing the heavy from me.
RAISY gonna pick up that.
Okay, I went towards here, which means he should spawn between LG and Rocket, so I have the time to get the heavy as well, because even if he rushes heavy, he doesn't have LG, he only has a Rocket, which should mean that unless I'm the most unlucky person alive, I should be able to get heavy and stay alive.
Aggression just a little bit will tie it back
But yeah,
up.
he
So,
decided after spawning there, I could see him for a fraction of a second, his outline. Not sure if it was
gonna
visible on
pick up
stream
that
because
aggression.
of quality, but like I can see that he's here, which means he did spawn where I said he will, and he decided not to go towards the Rocket side, he went towards LG side. So I'm not gonna meet him for a while. I will take this heavy here for free without him contesting. But that means that he will have an LG, he'll take the small armor by LG, so he's gonna have around 200 stack, and I don't have my ability ready yet, so hopefully I will avoid him until I have my ability back. The way I could do that is to just stay away from close range angles and have the railgun out and hope that if he peeks I'll hit my shots. He's probably most likely gonna try to, from the LG, come towards through Mega to rail, and if he tries to come for rail, I'm hoping I'm gonna be somewhere in this area above heavy on the ledges and try to rail at him to prevent him from getting it for free. But we'll see in a sec.
Just a little bit will tie it back up. So a very quick exchange that often happens, especially in that first 30 seconds where you don't necessarily know exactly where your opponent spawned, or you might choose the same route. That's exactly what we saw. But
okay, so this was really good. I managed to rail him. He hit me for a little bit, but my ability is about to be done, and I'm still in good position for setting up for the next major item, which is gonna be the Mega. He is gonna go probably shotgun and small armor and up to rail, and during that time I can get myself in position for next Mega, hopefully. If I play it smart. I don't remember how exactly it went, and there are times when I just cannot think logically and I choose wrong decisions. But I'm hoping I went towards Mega and secured it for myself for the next rotation.
RAISY did equalize that. Av3k brought that despite getting that one frag lead. And then we're going to have the shield go out again. Answer.
Alright, so I'm not sure if I should have rushed this or not. I did get a frag, but I also got killed. So Mega is about to spawn, and it's gonna be a question of which one of us gonna spawn closer to it and be able to get the Mega and then a good weapon to contest for the heavy that's about to spawn after Mega. What I should have done here, now that I see it from a spectator view, is not to fall down here, but to go on the top side, on the high ground here by Mega, or maybe T. But even if I fall down here, I have a railgun, so what I could have done is, while I'm jumping across from nailgun water to the jump pad to get up to Mega, is to try to go for a rail hit on him. But instead I just went all in again, just like the first frag, and again I got punished for it. So I feel like it was a little bit of a rushed decision. Maybe I felt overconfident for some reason, not sure. Maybe I thought he had less stack, or maybe I overestimated how much stack I have, which you can never really do as a clutch against someone who is a good aimer, because even though you do have a lot of stack and you do have a damage reduction ability, you are still clutch. Everyone is gonna have at least 60% LG on you, but probably even more, and especially if we are talking about pros, and Av3k is one of the best combat heavy players in QPL, so not sure what I was thinking. But I know in hindsight that I should have tried to hippity-hoppity across here, get up on the jump pad and take Mega and secure the control instead of what I did. I could have gone for a rail, like here. If I switched to the rail instead of LG and I just, instead of turning left here and went full aggro, I should have just like did one more jump to hop across and sideways towards the jump pad to take next Mega. And then try to rail him, then it would have been a better outcome. Even if I missed that rail, I would have been better off just to be in good position for the next major item, which is still a little bit far from now, for like spawning, but I would have had the superior position and I could have railed him if he has ability. He could orb away or he could orb aggressively, but if he doesn't use the orb, then he's down here in a well, in an area where he could only come out in a way that I would see him. So I would hit him, or at least I would have the chance to hit him with a rail shot from far away. And he doesn't have rail at the moment, keep that in mind. So I have superior weapons, superior positioning. I'm about to have next mega. Why the fuck did I not choose to go up the jump pad and be here instead of whatever the fuck I was thinking then? But yeah, this is what I did. I rushed him with ability and LG, and although I did a lot of damage, I ran out of LG ammo before I could kill him, and while I switched away from LG to the rocket to finish him off, I was vulnerable for a fraction of a second, and that was enough to get killed. And even though I still had enough time to fire one last rocket before dying, I did end up dying. And so it was a mutual frag, whereas if I had played it more passively and from further away with a railgun, I would have been able to deal more damage to him, or at least I would have been safer and not get killed. So yeah, not sure what I was thinking, but I did get killed here. And then I'm thinking, because it was a mutual frag and Mega is about to spawn after we die, it's just a question of luck, I guess, which one of us is gonna spawn in the more favorable position to take Mega and have a good weapon to fight next Heavy as well. And again, it shouldn't come down to luck. If I had played it more wisely, then I could have secured Mega and good position and a stack. I maybe would have been able to save up ability as well, but I chose the full aggressive all-in decision for some reason, and it didn't pay off.
Despite getting that one frag lead. And then we're going to have the shield go out again. Answer back with the orb, but a...
Alright, so he spawned up here between Rocket and LG. Mega is about 5 seconds away. I am down here at Nailgun, which means he's probably gonna either come from the rocket and from T and rain down some rockets onto me as I try to go up the jump pad, or maybe he's gonna go for LG and then I definitely cannot contest for the next Mega.
Trade! It is tit for tat here this morning, Lethal.
It is indeed. Just trying to challenge the Mega if he can, but the Mega just spawned in time.
Yep, that is not something you should do as a clutch, to be out in the open and be LG'd from mid-range where you don't really have the right weapon to answer back with. Even though Nailgun is really good and strong and all, and he was coming from a predictable angle, and I did hit a lot on him, it was just still not good enough to be consistently dealing damage. He was able to dodge most of it as soon as he exited from this doorway, and he could have more room to go AD. All of a sudden I was not hitting the nails anymore, and then he could finish me off with an LG. I believe he only survived with a very little health, so that could mean that now that I spawn back in, I might be able to contest for next Heavy, but as you can see he's going towards Cubby, so he can do two things from Cubby if he wants to go towards Heavy. One is to drop down, take the bubble by shotgun and the small armor as well. Not sure if it is gonna be up or not, because we had that mutual frag by the small armor and it wasn't that long ago, so it might not even be up. And if it isn't up, he probably is gonna go for railgun, and if I try to contest for Heavy, then he's gonna rail me, and I won't have any weapons to answer back with other than the machine gun. Because of course I'm not gonna be able to hit him with a direct rocket or something like that, and my LG might not even reach him from far away if he takes an angle like the power up ledge. But yeah, he doesn't really have much health, and I don't want to lose out on Heavy, so I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna try to contest for Heavy, and I might get punished by the railgun if he goes for it. But yeah, that mutual frag led us to this situation, whereas if I had played it smartly and denied him the weapon and the Mega in the previous fight, then I don't think I would have been dead at this point, and I wouldn't be needing to contest for Heavy without weapons and at the moment he's in the lead because of all that. So again, I got punished for an all-in aggressive move that I shouldn't have done, especially because it's someone aim heavy and I'm a clutch. You know, if I was, let's say, ranger and it wasn't against someone who aims so heavily, then yes, I could punish them for being out of position and stuff like that, or not having the superior stack. But if I play against someone who aims really well and I am a clutch that is easy to hit, I shouldn't really rely on aggressive plays. I should rely more on dealing chip damage and then going aggressive when there's no way for him to survive. But if it's like a 50-50 fight, I shouldn't take it because I'm clutch. So yeah, let's see if I spawn in and go for heavy. I'm thinking I will, because why would I let him take it for free when he's so low on health?
Still takes him down, of course. Never raised any, only had the nail gun. Avic had the LG
Alright,
in
so this is
hand.
exactly what I thought is gonna happen. I spawn in, I rush the heavy, he's gonna take the railgun and he's gonna try to rail me. And I didn't even try to fight back because I didn't even have LG, I don't think. I think I had machine gun and rocket maybe, so I was just trying to get there, get the heavy and fuck off as fast as possible. But he did try to go for a rail on me, even two. But luckily for me, he missed both of those. But I still gave him the chance, the opportunity to try those rails. So if those rails had hit, I would be not happy right now, because I would have like as much stack as him. But because I was fast and nimble, I guess I got away with it. But it was still kind of a risky move to do, especially against someone who is aim heavy. You shouldn't really give them a chance to rail you. But again, like I said, I didn't want to give him the heavy for free when he's so low on health, and I knew that he's not gonna contest for it unless, if I show up, he's not gonna contest for it, because he knows he doesn't have the stack to fight for it. But if I don't show up at all, if I had gone towards the LG and then towards Mega, then he would have been eventually like, oh shit, this is for free, let's go drop down, take it and all that. So yeah, I didn't let him do that. Now I have the superior stack. But I still don't have ability, and I don't really have the right weapons either, because I don't have an LG, I don't have a railgun, I don't have a shotgun. So the only things I can work with right now is the nail gun, the rocket, and the machine gun, I believe. So my next move is probably gonna be to fall back towards the LG area and take the weapon, and maybe get some hourglasses by the water and banana. And meanwhile, he is probably gonna be around the railgun area. The small armor is about to spawn here. Not sure exactly how it's gonna go, but I'm hoping I had, I realized that I shouldn't show myself until I at least have ability ready and a good weapon to fight with. So let's see if I fall back towards the LG area and get all the necessary things for the next fight before next mega spawns. And by then, he's probably gonna have around 175-ish stack. He's gonna take this small armor here, he's gonna take a bubble here, and he might even go for T armor. Not sure. He's about to have ability as well, so he's gonna feel a little bit more confident going away from this area where he's more safe than if he were to go for T armor. But we'll see in a sec.
And even going back to that first frag, the fact that he used the orb
Okay, so I'm not sure why, but I decided to jump across here and I got railed. That was unnecessary. I should have gone through the telly and I should have gotten the LG stuff, like everything around LG. Maybe I wanted to secure the T armor, I'm not sure. Maybe I just didn't want him to have a chance to stack up, and I wanted to corner him in this part of the map. I'm not sure what I was thinking at the time. It's not necessarily a bad decision, but I don't think I have an LG yet. So if it comes down to mid-range fights, I am at a disadvantage, even if I have a lot of stack to work with, and I don't have ability ready either. So maybe it would have been better to go for LG, not sure exactly.
barely before, or used the orb barely before the shield was popped was massive.
And now I go for LG?
In order to...
In that case, if not, now I'm going for LG, so getting railed here was completely unnecessary and could have been avoided if I had gone for LG earlier. Not sure why I gave him the opportunity to rail me here. I was stupid. But now I have LG at least. Mega is still 10 seconds away from now. And if I come through the banana area, the hourglasses might be up, so I probably will be about ready to fight for the Mega with ability and everything. But I feel like I kind of fucked it up again, because if I had gone through the telly first, gotten the LG and came back towards T afterwards, then I wouldn't have been railed, so I would have more stack to work with here for this fight, where he doesn't even have any armor really. He didn't stay around at the shotgun area for long enough to take the small armor there. And I'm not sure about T armor, because I was stacked enough. Even after getting railed, I had some overstack with armor. I couldn't have taken the small armor here. So I believe it might be up at this point, which could be something that he will get. Not sure, we'll see. I'm curious to see, am I gonna contest this Mega, even though I don't have ability ready? We'll see.
Yeah.
Win out that first fight, but 90 seconds in play, 5 frags have already passed. Shield is now in the hands of RAISY once again, and what's Av3k going to do about this? Already trying to challenge if he can. This is the first round, that could be huge here, and great rail again.
Right, wasn't too bad. Not sure again why I did this aggro move. I guess I just didn't want him to stack up because I knew that he was low on stack and I wanted to take advantage of that. But again, it was risky because he could have railed me multiple times, but he was just missing those shots.
Already trying to challenge if he can. This is the first round, that could be huge.
He did hit that one, but by then it didn't really matter, because even if he didn't die here, even if I had missed this rail that killed him here, he was kind of low on stack, because this rocket that I hit him with earlier got rid of all his armor, I believe. That's why he was railable. And right after this encounter, there was Mega to take, and then after Mega, then I could go for heavy. So there was not much for him to work with, because he just took this armor down here by shotgun as well. The only thing he could do is to stack up to 100 health and no armor by these bubbles. And I could have let him do that for a little bit longer to secure the control more so, but I guess it was good enough that I attacked him and then I went back when I killed him, because now I can take heavy, first Mega and then heavy. So I think now I tied up the game and I'm in control, and I am about to have ability as well if needed.
Huge and great rail again from RAISY to tie things up.
Did RAISY?
But I don't understand why I let him spawn on heavy though. It's the same situation again, like after the first frag, I believe. So again, I kill him here by the power up, and I land in cubby. And if I move towards Mega and take Mega, but I go more towards that side of the map, more towards the LG side of the map, he's gonna spawn at the heavy, by the heavy ledge. But if I had stayed here in cubby, waited for him to spawn in, and then I went for Mega and then to heavy, he would have spawned somewhere around the LG area, probably between Rocket and LG in the corner again. So not sure why I didn't force him to spawn there and secured both major items for myself. I guess I was just not thinking clearly, because I was just trying to focus on killing him, taking Mega, and then I would have... By the time I realized that, oh shit, heavy is gonna spawn, I shouldn't let him spawn there, it was already too late probably. But yeah, my mistake here is that I let him spawn on heavy.
First round, that could be huge and great rail.
As you can see, he spawns on heavy because I'm so far away from this area of the map that this is the safest, so to say, spot for him to spawn in. If I had stayed more closer to the rail side, like by cubby next to Mega, like here, then he wouldn't have been able to spawn here at heavy. He would have spawned at somewhere around the LG area, and then I could have secured both Mega and then heavy for myself. I even have ability ready, and I have a decent stack that I survived this previous fight with, so I wouldn't have been in any danger of refragging. Like after him respawning, he wouldn't have been going for a frag for a while. He would have played it slower and safer and got weapons and stack before he faced me again. Because if I survive a fight with very low health, it is actually a good tactic for my opponent to spawn in and rush me down before I heal up. but because I survived with so much health, he wouldn't have had the stack nor the weapons to fight me with. So I could have prevented this again if I had played it more smartly. Not sure what I was thinking. I'm not sure if I was timing the items at the time, because sometimes I play by feel and I don't actually time items, I just pay attention to the rotation of them, which again is not a good thing. If you want to be the best of the best, you must be aware of the timings of items down to the second. But it is tough to do all those things, to pay attention to all those things. And so sometimes I just play by feel and go in like do rotations around the map when I don't know timings. But nonetheless, it was a mistake. I should have paid more attention and I should have denied him from spawning here, because now he gets a free heavy, and that could have been avoided. I could have had that heavy for myself, and now that I give him the heavy, he has ability ready, he has a decent stack, he's gonna have a decent stack as soon as he gets heavy, and he's around the railgun area. So why did I let him do that? Not sure. It would have been better if he had gone for the LG spawn, and then I would have been overstacked, having all the weapons and ability ready. Even though he has an LG, he doesn't have a railgun, which I do, so I could like poke at him from far away from safety. Even though he has an LG, he wouldn't have been able to take advantage of having the LG. And I slowly could have gotten rid of his stack, you know, because he would spawn at LG or more, he would have taken it and all that, but it wouldn't have been a problem. Not as big as a problem as him spawning here, taking heavy from me, and then getting the railgun. So again, mistake, not sure why I did that, but this is what happened.
Again, from RAISY to tie things up.
Did RAISY, I didn't notice if he had before, but was that his rail pickup? I don't know if he had one before that, but if so, quite impressive. And here comes that aggression, picking up a...
Again, this is all, again, because I let him spawn on heavy. He had so much stack that by the time I could kill him, I ran out of LG ammo, and I had to switch away for a different weapon to finish him off with. And during that switch, he actually had enough time to fire a few more nails at me, which got him the kill. So it's exactly the same situation like before down at heavy. I was overly aggressive, I made wrong decisions, and it led to a mutual frag that could have been easily avoided. And again, it comes down to luck now, like which one of us spawns where, because whoever spawns here at LG is gonna have a free railgun, the LG, not sure about the small armor, probably is up, and then Mega is about to spawn in a few seconds. So yeah, again, not sure why I made these decisions. In hindsight, I can clearly see that these were mistakes. But yeah, let's hope I will learn from this and not make these mistakes when it matters more.
A little bit RAISY with the defensive rail. We have a trade yet again to tie us back up, and then a spawn together over near the RL.
Alright, this time I was the lucky one, because I spawned above heavy and he spawned in front of the rocket. Wait, where is it?
And here comes that aggression, picking up a little bit RAISY with the defense.
Alright, his spawn's actually down here by Nailgun. Horrible spawn. You're in the middle of the map. You don't really have anything major to work with other than the nailgun itself, but you know, that's not the best weapon most of the time. And I spawn on rocket and I have a starting shotgun. And as soon as I realized he came through the telly and all he has is a machine gun, because he didn't even go for the nailgun pickup, I rushed him down because I knew that he doesn't have ability, because in the previous fight he used it up. So I chose to rush him down immediately. I spawned next to the heavy, like above heavy, next to rocket, and I just rushed the rocket. But as soon as I noticed that he came through the telly and I knew that he doesn't have anything to work with, I rushed him down and I got myself a kill. But it was just luck that these spawns happened this way. If it was the other way around, I would not have been able to get a free frag, so to say.
We have a trade yet again to tie us back up, and then a spawn to get.
And I shouldn't rely on these lucky situations. I should play by skill. I shouldn't depend on, oh, which one of us is gonna get the lucky spawn, because all of this could have been avoided had I played the earlier situations more smarter, whichever.
together over near the RAISY with the
But
shotgun.
because I
quickly
was
taking
lucky,
him
I
down.
got a free
Takes-
frag, and now I even have all the major weapons and decent stack. I don't have ability ready, but I am in good position for taking next Mega. He is most likely gonna spawn at Railgun area, and he might challenge the Mega, the next Mega. Not sure. We'll see.
That lead back. It's passed hands back and forth several times here, and we're only 2 minutes into this matchup. That's kind of bonkers.
9 frags in 2 minutes. It's going to be intense. Those good LG from RAISY, but we're about to clean him up.
Holy shit, that shotgun does so much damage. My LG was actually quite decent, but because I'm clutch and I jumped near him, yeah, that shotgun dealt so much fucking damage. I barely survived this, so this is gonna be a situation where both items just been taken, and I'm gonna have to try to stay alive. So he might rush me down after spawning in. I'll have to be prepared for that. And the best thing I can do is to keep my distance, stay still, and stay far away from openings, so like somewhere around the heavy ledge or the power-up ledge, and just hold an angle with the railgun. And if he tries to attack me, rail him and then go behind cover. If he peeks again, rail him again. If he rushes me down, go the other way. And that's the best thing I can do right now, having so little health left. But I do have a railgun, and I can have like a couple of bubbles before he gets the chance to hunt me down. So let's see if I manage to stay alive here, because I don't actually remember.
Yes, he does. 13 HP though, so needs to be super quick to try and recover. Just double checking where Av3k's going to go, but I think
Jesus fucking Christ, how dumb was I throughout this match? So many mistakes, and it's only been 2 minutes. So, like I was trying to say earlier,
RAISY, but we're about to
here, what I should have done, if you are wondering, is to go up this jump pad here, take the bubble in the corner, go towards the power-up, take that bubble as well, stand still near this divider area between the two parts of the map, and just wait until my opponent shows up either from the left or the right, and have the railgun out and try to rail him. And if I get an angle on him and I manage to hit the shot, then see if he pushes. If he does, run towards the other way and escape and heal up on the other side of the map. If he doesn't contest, wait for the next rotation of bubbles maybe, or wait for the shotgun armor, or if he pushes me from the mega side, go towards the rocket and then take the T armor. Like something like that is what I should have done. What I do instead is rush towards this telly, be at the middle, in the middle of the map, be vulnerable from all sides, and end up dying to a machine gun. Well fucking done, RAISY. Not sure what I was thinking.
clean him up. Yes, he does. 13 HP though, so
I mean, I could have railed him here and that would have been nice, but even then, I would be out in the open, and it just doesn't make sense. What the fuck am I doing here? Why?
needs to be super quick to try and recover. Just double checking where Av3k's going to go, but I think it's going to be too late.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
deserved.
Av3k's already managed to take him down. 6-5 already. 2.5 minutes has passed. There's actually no let up of any signs of slowing down at this stage.
I mean, it seems like they have like unlimited.
Holy shit, that rocket. That was a lucky rocket. All of a sudden his stack is gone. Even though there's gonna be Mega now, he doesn't have any armor, so that rocket was very fucking important, but it was just luck again. Like, the chances of me hitting that rocket on him from that angle are so slim. I shouldn't rely on these things to happen in my favor. I should play by skill, not by hoping for a lucky thing to happen. So I'm kind of mad at myself at this point, because it's only been 2 minutes and almost 40 seconds, and I have already made countless mistakes. Jesus, man, what was I thinking?
Power-ups or you know, champion abilities too. It's just I keep seeing orb, but both players with their abilities up. 6-5, as you mentioned. RAISY with the 1 frag lead. Things slowing down just a little bit here, but if this is any indication of the pace and momentum that we're going to see throughout these 3 games, I'm here for it. Av3k setting up here for the Mega. A little early there, but still getting some great positioning up the...
The fuck was I thinking again? Going up the jump pad like that. I didn't even have much stack because I let him rail me like 2 times before this last fight.
Jump we're going to see throughout these 3 games. I'm here for it. Av3k setting up here for the mega.
Okay, as soon as I got railed there, why the fuck did I not just run away towards machine gun and stacked up at LG or something like that? Why did I go up here? I barely even did damage to him. I have hit a rail on him, yes, okay. But look at his stack compared to mine at this point. It's kind of similar. He might even have more at this point. And yes, I have the shield. But he has an orb. And he's in the superior position. And Mega is not even gonna spawn for like 8 more seconds. So why was I in such a hurry to get up on that ledge? Not sure. But I'm glad I got punished for it. Because that was a stupid play. And I shouldn't win situations like those when I make stupid decisions. But why I made those decisions, I really don't know. I can't remember anymore. This was like 3 months ago.
A little early there, but still getting some great positioning up the jump pad. RAISY.
Look, even by the time he kills me, there's still 4 seconds, still Mega. So even if I was hoping that, oh shit, Mega might spawn while we are fighting and I get that extra 100 health, and that might be the thing that tilts this whole fight in my favor. But nope. Dude, you don't even know timings. Why the fuck are you standing still on Mega as clutch? Jesus.
He comes with the shield out. Orb does come out. Not even necessary because Av3k picks up the frag, no problem. And we are tied yet again 6-6. It might as well be 0-0 right now.
Yeah, considering what we've seen so far. As I'm not, it was a bit debatable on the push RAISY made just then. I don't know if he mistimed the Mega because even when he jumped up with the shield on, I think he was hoping to pick up the Mega mid-fight.
Yeah.
Still had like 3 or 4 seconds left.
That was a good rail. I took the opportunity to rail him as he was stacking up because I knew he didn't really have much armor to work with. Even though he took Mega, he didn't really have much armor. So it was very likely for him to go towards the LG side and stack up on it. And because I spawned after that previous fight, I spawned at the rocket to rail side on the map, and I had those weapons. I went for some rail angles to deal some free damage on him he might not expect while he is stacking up on shit. So that was a good rail, probably very important in the long run. Minus 90 from his stack.
Remaining when he was taken down at the time. But still though, like I said, things have slowed just a tad here.
Okay, this one, not sure. Why did I drop down here? I tried to go for yet another rail, but that was so unnecessary, and I'm not sure what I'm doing here at this area of the map, as you know, Mega is about to spawn, and I should be up here. I shouldn't have dropped down here. Even if I had railed him, he wouldn't have died, and me railing him here is not as important as me getting the Mega and then rushing to get the next heavy as well. So again, not sure what I was doing, what I was thinking, but yet another mistake. If I had stayed on Mega now, and I have taken it, I would have had like 6 seconds to take next heavy as well. Even if he is on heavy, I would have had enough time to fight for it, maybe either chase him away from it or even kill him, and then when heavy spawns I get it for basically free, because I have a really decent stack. You know, count having the Mega as well, so not just this stack, but on top of that the extra 75. Anyway, I had a brain fart and I decided to drop down. I missed the rail on him, and I'm not in position for next Mega, and heavy is about to spawn. Let's see what the very clever RAISY does next.
Here, the tempo's changed a bit, but Av3k's just now playing.
I took Mega now, but instead of having 6 seconds to make it over to heavy, I only have 4.
In that range game, and as he should, heavy up in the next couple of seconds, using that shield.
Which means he just took it. I have dealt a shit ton of damage, which I could have done 2 seconds earlier, and that way he would have died to it, but because he took the heavy mid-fight, as you can see it's already taken, even though his stack doesn't really represent it, you know, I could have prevented him from taking heavy. It would have been a frag if I had been 2 seconds faster, which I should have been if I had stayed on the Mega instead of dropping down, but nope, he took heavy from me. I have a shit ton of stacks still. I think I'm using ability at this point, which is fine, but just I gave him a heavy for free, so unnecessarily.
Shield now to see what he can do. Oh, great stuff from RAISY. Even though the heavy's been burned, That's man.
Alright, so let's just sum it up for 1 sec. I don't really need that heavy, I have a shit ton of stack, and to be fair, I did so much damage and it was probably not that likely that I deal so much. Like, I had to hit a direct rocket, I had to hit my nails as I jumped across, and I also used ability in an aggressive way. I switched to the mining laser to finish him off. But I did sacrifice the heavy, which I don't have right now, and I don't have ability either. I don't think I would have had ability anyway, even if I had been faster. But right now I feel like because he spawns in with a decent stack and he spawns on LG, which I should know because of my positioning, depending on where I am when he spawns, is what decides where he is going to spawn. So because I was on heavy when he spawned, he's gonna spawn somewhere around banana to LG, which means I should know when I'm here now that he is somewhere around LG. He has the weapon. He might have even taken a small armor there. I don't think it was available, and he didn't really have the time to take it anyway if he rushes the telly. But right now I should assume that he might push me, and I should just stand further away again, just hold rail angles, don't sacrifice any more stack, don't give him ways to kill me, just keep my distance, hold down angles and rail at him. If I hit even just 1 out of 3, that's already minus 90 from his already inferior stack, and I just shouldn't let him have a close range fight with me, because I'm clutch and he has an LG. I'm a magnet to it. Why do I give opportunity? But I can already tell I'm gonna go towards the rocket and he's most likely gonna come through the telly, so he's gonna LG the fuck out of me, which again could have been avoided had I stayed further away and just railed him from a distance. Not sure what I was thinking, but let's see what happens.
Managed to get the lead. Still
Okay, I was
huge
lucky
stacks
enough
work,
that he
able
went
to
up the
try and
jump
chop
pad instead
down
of
that
coming through the telly.
if he can, and makes up for the next 12 seconds. Needs to try and just continue to pin him down around that LG area, trying to...
Okay, so this is what I should have done to begin with. Just hold down angles from a distance where his LG wouldn't reach me and go for rails. And again, even just hitting 1 makes him so low on stack compared to me. And Mega is about to spawn, so I'm hoping I didn't go for a frag here. Maybe I did, but I'm hoping I instead went back and got Mega and then went for next heavy for full control. Because getting a frag here right now is not as important, because that's just a short-term gain, whereas if I had gone for full control, I would have had long-term gain, which is better.
Him off guard, good first railway. This is a chance now to extend it by 2. But good LG from Av3k there. Doesn't take him down, but at least does a fair amount of damage as RAISY picks up that next Mega.
You know, it seems to me that RAISY...
Alright, that was very aggressive again. I went for a frag. It's not the safe play, it's kind of a riskier approach that can pay off if I just don't suffer too much damage. I have gotten quite low actually. Don't know exactly how much health I lost. Alright, I have lost over 100 stack and I'm currently around 100 health. Mega is about to spawn that I'm gonna take, and then there's the T armor, but he's gonna attack the T armor. It probably would have been better if I had let him stay alive here, because I had around 300 stack or 250-ish just a second ago before I killed him here. And then I could have taken Mega, and I could have gone towards T, and even if I don't take the T armor, I would have been able to just rail at him, poke at him from further away, from distance, from safety. And I could have maintained my stack, and then I would have been able to go for heavy for free, because he only had like 100 health before I decided to go and finish him off after I railed him in this position. As you could see, like here I rail him, he only has around 100 health left.
To pin him down around that LG area, trying to catch him off guard. Good first railway. This is a chance now to...
Like, this kill was not really necessary, especially if I look at the timers. Even if I take Mega and I go for T, it might have been very similar to the previous fight where I kind of give him the heavy for free. Even though I kill him, he took heavy, and right now I don't really have much armor to work with to begin with. So it would have been the favorable play for me in the long run to focus on maintaining control, stacking up, having the stack for the next big fight. and then just poke at him from further away. He doesn't have rail at this point either. So I could have been like keeping him at a distance just by standing still at the middle of the map at around T, and just if I had held the angles, then he would have been kind of stuck around the LG area, and eventually after taking both Mega and Heavy and having my ability ready, I would have been able to rush him down, because he would only have around 150 stack, or maybe even lower, had I gone for yet another rail on him, which he couldn't retaliate because he doesn't even have the weapon yet. So again, kind of an aggressive play, kind of risky. Not sure if it's the right decision. I did get a frag, and yeah, I'm leading by 2, but it's still very early on, and I'm kind of giving away the control for no reason there. Even though he didn't punish me, because he went for rocket and then towards T instead of staying on heavy. So he couldn't steal heavy from me, and he didn't get the T armor either, because I was the one picking it up. But I have suffered a lot of damage. I completely lost all the health I got from taking Mega, which could have been avoided had I played the earlier situation more smarter. Smarter? More smartly? Smarter.
Down, but at least does a fair amount of damage as RAISY picks up that next Mega.
You know, it seems to me that RAISY went with a sort of, let's just say I don't want to say sloppy, I don't want to say, just I don't care what happens aggression in the first, 3 minutes of the game. But what I think I see now is a very...
Alright, many things to point out here. I'm sorry guys if I pause way too often for you and you just want to see the match itself. But if you want a proper analysis of this match, then I kind of have to pause every few seconds, because there are things to point out here. First of all, here by T, I suffer so much damage that by the time I take heavy, I just took Mega and now I took heavy, and I still only have around 230 stack. So that's not a lot after kind of getting full control. But at least he doesn't have the T armor to work with, and just before this previous fight where I got my 8th frag, he took the small armor by LG. So it's kind of hard to take all these things in mind while I'm playing, but now that I can see it from spectator, it's a little bit more easy to keep track of things. And so right now I should know that he only has a rocket launcher, he only has 50 armor and 100 health, and the only available thing he could pick up would be the small armor by shotgun. But I didn't really think of that at the time, I don't think. But what happens next is, I took heavy and he's at T. I get a good position for denying the railgun from him, which is really good. But what I did that I shouldn't have done is to go close range and be aggressive, because again, I could just poke at him from far away. He doesn't have the weapons to retaliate with. I'm not sure why I just don't sit still and just have rail angles and just rail at him. Why I decide to jump in his face and go for an all-in fight that is like 50-50 and very risky. But
just I don't want to say sloppy, I don't want to say, I don't...
Okay, so again, look how little health I have after this encounter, and it's ages until the next items, like 18 seconds, or I don't exactly see, 18 or 16 seconds, not sure, until next Mega. And I have just taken everything, so I should be stacked as fuck, but because I went all in and I had this fight here and I suffered so much damage, I barely survived. I could be even thankful it wasn't another mutual frag again. But yeah, so I fall down here. The only available small armor is luckily for me here, so I can pick that up. I can pick up this bubble up, I can pick this bubble up, and if necessary I can even fall back more towards the rocket side and pick the bubble up at the jump pad ledge by the heavy. So I could stack up my health, but I would only still have 50 armor and an ability, I guess. But so our stacks would be kind of the same, which is never good for a clutch. You always want to have superior stack because you're so easy to hit. But But again, it was very risky. Not sure why I went so aggressive, so careless throughout this match, but it's been like the 4th or 5th time now that I chose a more aggressive, very risky approach instead of playing carefully and smart. Anyway, somehow I survived this, so I'm gonna stack up here with the small armor and the bubbles and the hourglasses, and I have ability ready, and I will have around 100 stack.
Care what happens aggression in the first 3 minutes of the game, but what I think I see.
And here, instead of going for the bubble, I actually went towards Cubby to hold down the banana. Not sure why, it's a little bit too early still for Mega. I assume I wasn't timing, which I should do, but again, sometimes I just don't. Anyway, I probably wasn't timing, and I was thinking, oh shit, Mega is about to spawn, and if he spawns on LG, he's probably gonna rush Mega, so let's try to rail at him so he doesn't get it for free. Which I did do, and I did manage to land a rail hit on him. But again, it's like so early, there's 10 seconds still until next Mega. So why am I here? Not sure. It still worked out in my favor. I guess he wasn't timing either, and he was trying to rush it like I expected him to. But it's kind of pointless from me to be here. I don't have the stack to have this fight. So I'm gonna have to back off from here. And he's gonna get Mega anyway. But I should play it safer, because if he decides to rush me down and I'm actually within his LG range, I will most likely die. So I should just, after this rail, I'm hoping I go back towards the railgun and then I just fall back and play it safe.
A very disciplined level of...
Nope. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going against everything that feels logical right now to me. I went against everything like 3 months ago. And I was just completely aggressive. I mean, it worked out again. I managed to hit the second rail. Yay, good one. Well done, RAISY. Good job. But it was so risky. If I had missed that rail and he pinned me against the corner of Cubby, I would have died there for no reason. I could have fallen back. I could have played it safe. I already had 3 frag lead. Let's make it 4. Why the fuck not? Not sure why I play so aggressively here, but again, it did work out, but I shouldn't have played it that way. If I had missed one of those 2 rails, I would have died, for sure.
Of aggression. He's keeping that aggression up. He's keeping the pressure on.
And it's still 5 seconds until next Mega, so this frag was completely unnecessary and very risky, and I could have thrown away a couple of frags for no reason here, had I missed those rails.
But I think he's being real smart about his positioning, knowing when he can kind of burst in through the doorways, get that initial LG damage. There's a great example there. He does make a nice little plasma jump.
Okay, multiple things to point out once again. First of all, as soon as I hear him here and he comes through this doorway, I should already activate my ability. Just because if I don't use ability, first of all, I'm in a worse position to fight LG versus LG, because whoever has the low ground in an LG fight has the advantage, whereas it's the other way around when it comes down to Rocket versus Rocket. But because it is an LG versus LG and I have the high ground, I am at a disadvantage, because if I go forwards, he can see my head pop out before I can see him on my screen. So he can hit me earlier than I can even see him, let alone be able to hit him. And on top of that, there's a knockback that he deals, because I kind of have to walk forwards into his shots, so it's really easy for him to hit me, whereas I don't even see him just yet. So I kind of lose a lot of stack for no reason. It's not that big of a deal, because I can stack up at T, I have the bubble and the small armor, but again, so unnecessary incoming damage that could have been avoided had I not been too greedy to activate my ability a little bit earlier.
Knowing when he can kind of burst in through the doorway.
Look, by the time I activate my ability, I already lost half the stack I had. For no reason, really. I could have saved it up, or at least if I had activated the ability a little bit sooner, I could have been more confident taking this fight. But because I tried to be greedy and save up ability, I lost half the stack for no reason.
Get that initial LG.
Next thing to point out, it is a really useful nail jump to do from Mega to T, which I have done, and it's especially difficult to pull off in the heat of a fight, but luckily for me I managed to do it flawlessly. And then I took the small bubble here and the small armor, which granted me an additional 75 stack to work with, so again my stack got doubled. And then instead of directly dropping down onto him or jumping across towards Rocket, which is something that he could easily track from below with his LG, I decided to do a sideways jump, a diagonal jump towards this ledge, which is something that he would not really anticipate for, so less likely for him to hit me. And I tried to go for a cheeky rail as well midair, which I did miss, but it was a good thing at least. Like, I'm actually satisfied with this decision that I made here.
There, he does make a nice little plasma jump up to the middle area.
And now I'm trying to use these stairs as cover while I'm peeking out. Every time I'm ready to fire a rail, I peek out and then I fall back in behind these stairs. I might even crouch to be less visible on his end, just to, you know, minimize the incoming damage.
Yeah, and again, positioning is, I think, what has allowed RAISY to kind of pull ahead of Av3k here. He always seems to be in that perfect spot.
Okay, and right here, there are two things that I could have done, and I have done one of them. One of the things is here, instead of going away after he took heavy. Wait, hold on, let me go back a little bit more.
Jump up.
So here he takes heavy because I don't do enough damage to kill him before the heavy, before he takes it. But he still doesn't really have any weapons, really. So what I could have done, he only has a machine gun and an LG. What I could have done is to just hold down the rail angles, maybe even jump down into water, or maybe jump to the left to the rocket, and as he comes up the jump pad I could rail at him. If he falls back down I can come back here again and then rail at him. If he goes towards the power-up ledge, I could fall down into water where the nail gun is and rail at him. I could have done those things to get more damage, potentially, to deal more damage, but instead I decided to just fuck off and let him be. Not sure why, but as after I fucked off,
up to the middle area, and again, positioning is, I think,
so again
what
he has heavy,
allowed...
he goes up the jump pad, you can even hear it if I wasn't talking, and if the stream was louder on your end you could hear that he went up the jump pad, so I was well aware of that, and I could have punished that because I'm clutch, I can get to the rocket very fast with dashing and all that. So I could have had a few more rail angles that I could have tried to rail at him from, but I decided not to. Not sure why. I could have, and it would have been a frack because he has a lot of armor, but he doesn't have enough health to survive another rail. So not sure why I let him stack up here. I don't really need more frags, but I could have tried for another rail angle because it would have been for free. Anyway, I decided to go towards this side of the map for some reason, but then I realized he is low on health and I have dealt a lot of damage on him. What if we drop down here and set up a trap when he tries to drop down here to stack up? I don't think I realized at the time, but he actually had more armor, like he didn't really need this small armor, whereas I did, so not sure if it was kind of like a trap where I expected him to go for the items, for the small armor, or I needed the small armor but I expected him to come from here and I wanted to ambush him from down below. Not sure what the plan was exactly, but either way I did set up a trap in the end.
Here, he always seems to be in that perfect spot to either get a good beat to LG on, land that very nice rail, and if worse...
Shotgun? Really? Out of all the weapons you use the shotgun? What the fuck is wrong with you? I hope you die in this corner now. Jesus, man. Why not go for a rail, or why not try to lift him in the air with the LG? Why shotgun out of all the weapons you have here? What the fuck were you thinking? Wow.
Comes to worst, he can pop that shield if need be. Now, in a little bit of trouble here, but has done enough damage that Av3k...
Well fucking done, man. Now I don't have any stack, I still don't have ability. I gave away my position. He is about to take Mega for free, he has ability. Why? Why the shotgun?
Really
I
can't
have no
get
idea.
ultra aggressive here, and maybe that's where one of the downsides of the orb is. Like, yes, you could use it sort of as a way to defensively disengage, but it's not nearly being as effective as, say, RAISY shield is to this morning.
Avic does have to, does have
Well,
to stack to
at
work
least
with.
I tried to get up there.
The problem is, it does have the shield in hand, just a matter of when and how he's going to use it to the most effective.
Okay, that was a really good rail, actually. I could hear him rocket jump, and I expected him to rocket jump from Mega to T, so I just held down the angle, and I had a good enough reflex to actually hit that shot. But that was like a free rail for me. Like, there was no way for him to retaliate in time.
It does have the shield
So that's
in
minus
hand,
90
just a
from
matter
his
of
stack
when and
for free.
how he's going to use it to the most effective purposes. RAISY though, that's a good initial rail to make that push for the Mega, but the problem is he is out of position, so he isn't going to be able to get it at all. Good LG vote and the shield. Perfect timing, but Avix actually came out on top in that little.
Right, I want to see his stack actually, before I activate my shield here.
Crazy!
Yeah, he had 100 armor, he just took Mega when he had 100 health, so yeah. Even though I have a decent stack here, and I have the shield, I am still clutch. And even though I have the better positioning, like I said earlier, whoever is on the low ground in an LG versus LG fight has the advantage. But still, I am clutch, so, you know, I was hitting well, but he was hitting way harder. So, not sure why I didn't just go back up on the jump pad instead. But, yeah, I got punished for being out in the open, having no cover, no way to escape. As a clutch, you know, you're gonna get hit.
He is out of position, so he isn't going to be able to get it at all. Good LG vote and the shield. Perfect timing, but
I did 160 damage there, and by the time I have done that much damage, I was like, what, 20 health? And he had still over 100, so he wasn't even railable. Even if I had hit this rail, this last result, Hail Mary, save me, holy shit, fucking hell rail, I still would have died, because he had enough stack and he was here to finish me. So again, not sure what I was thinking. I'm actually glad that I die in these situations, because I make a bad decision, a very stupid, risky move that shouldn't pay off, and I'm glad that it didn't, because it shouldn't. And that's why sometimes I get so frustrated and annoyed when I die in other situations where I know that I made the right decision and I know that my opponent made a full brain-dead move, high risk, high reward, all in, luck-based bullshit move, and he still kills me. Like, sometimes that's why I get so frustrated, because I know he doesn't earn that frag, but he was just lucky enough to get it. So, you know, in this situation, I'm actually glad that I died, because I deserved to die here, because I made wrong decisions and I got punished for it. Good.
Avix actually came out on top in that little engagement here. Avix still needs to try and stay alive though. If he picks up this heavy, that will be huge. He has done, and now needs to continue and be a real thorn on the backside of RAISY here. Continuing the aggression stacks are going to be equal though.
Yeah, 3 frags is totally doable here too, but you know, Avic does need to be careful. A single frag, he can convert on that one, make it a 1-point game. And the orb, oh no, the orb coming out, and it is a miss. It is a huge swing and a miss. That was like he pointed for the rafters saying, this is going to be a home run. It was so far from a home run. That is
Not much to say
absolutely
here.
the worst. RAISY capitalizing on that with LG.
Okay, something to point out here though. After the first rail hit
It
here,
was so far from a home run. That is absolutely the worst.
I'm glad I took the telly and I went to take this position here, because I know that he doesn't have a lot of health. I know he doesn't have the orb, because he just used it at Mega, and I know that he is cornered in this small armor area. The only way he can come out from there is either if he has the orb, which he doesn't, or he literally has to go through my crosshair and hope for the best that I miss my shot.
RAISY.
So I didn't give him the opportunity of going away for free from here like I did earlier when he was at heavy. I actually did take the angles and I went for dealing the free damage. And I should have done that in the previous fight as well, that I analyzed earlier. And I'm glad that I did this time. This is what I should have done there as well. Because if you have the advantage, you should take well, advantage of it. And you shouldn't just give it away, that you have a good angle that you could deal free damage from.
Capitalizing on
So even though I missed the first shot, I peeked out again because I knew that he jumped up to this armor ledge, so there was no way for him to go through this door in time before I can shoot again. Even if he does that immediately after I miss my initial rail, I still would have enough time to rail at him when he goes through this doorway. But he doesn't go immediately, so I just stand here, set up another angle, wait for him to walk into my crosshair, and I take the shot.
that with
And that's good. Now he probably has enough time to go through the door, so I don't even bother staying here. I have dealt enough damage, I have a lot of frag, I have a big lead, I mean. I have a lot of stack, so I don't really need to take this frag, but it is really good that I made him low health. So now he's not gonna be able to contest for things, he's gonna be on the back foot, he's gonna be on the run, he's gonna try to stack up again before the next fight. So I have all the freedom around the map. I have my ability ready, he doesn't even have orb, he doesn't have stack, he only has an LG and a machine gun. So, you know, I have all the advantage I need in the world. So this was really good, and I'm glad that I stayed around for this second rail.
LG stream that absolutely devastated Av3k, and then the follow-up frag, and that's what Av3k.
Like, he kind of had to fight me here, because he has such a... like, he has so many frags to do in such a little time. He kind of had to take this fight, and it's already GG now that I denied him to get this frag. But yeah, normally if you had enough time and the lead wasn't that big, you wouldn't really go for this attempt to get a frag here. But he kind of had to. I didn't use ability because I felt like I can kill him without sacrificing ability. And I did kill him, I still have a decent stack, Mega is about to spawn, and maybe there's like a small armor either at T or the shotgun. I wasn't actually paying too much attention to that right now, but maybe I was more aware of it during the match, not sure. But yeah, I have good enough stack still, I have ability ready, I'm gonna take Mega, I'm gonna restack my LG ammunition as well, so, you know, this is kind of GG already at this point. But let's just see a follow-up fight. Maybe there's a way for him to turn it around. Maybe I will make a big mistake that he can capitalize on. But at this point I would call it GG already, and there's not much point of analyzing the rest of the match unless, like I said, unless if he does something incredible and turns it around, or I make something really stupid decision-wise and I fuck it up completely. But if the next situation goes well in my favor, then there's no point in analyzing the rest of this match, because at this point it's GG.
Was hoping he was going to be able to achieve, but RAISY pulled it off. Huge capitalization off the mistake made by Av3k, and now suddenly going into our 7th minute, it goes from 7 to 10 to 7 to 13.
And this is the issue, isn't it? Especially against the clutch.
I missed all my rockets. Yeah, that's me.
Well, RAISY can just abuse.
Even if I didn't see the nickname here and the webcam here, and that fact that it's clutch playing, I would be like, yeah, all those rockets missed from above, that is RAISY.
Speed boost,
no questions about it.
And Av3k can never predict where he's going to be and how he's going to go about things, because not only RAISY's unpredictable, oh, he actually comes in for the Mega, maybe a little bit too early, but the orb comes out anyway, so good timing for that Mega.
Why did I go for that Mega? I could be just on the run, rail away from far away.
To come back from there against the clutch to try and get 5 frags. We're going to have to see how it pans out.
He really does. RAISY with a very decent stack too, and Av3k he's handled the shield decently in fights, but I don't feel like he's made an effort to just sort of try to get it to pop and then disengage and then go in when it's not up. Sometimes that's just a very difficult thing to do. Orb comes out to try to steal away that
GG
Mega,
at this point.
and unfortunately RAISY getting the best of that exchange yet again, and now it's getting further and further from the realm of possibility for Av3k to be able to actually bring this one back, as we're looking at 6 frags separating these two with less than 2 minutes left to go. And RAISY's stack is just too much in this situation. Orb's not really going to be helping out. You've got to be landing every single one of your shots, but at the same time, RAISY seems to really be on fire with just his aim overall. His damage is very, very close to what Av3k has put out, but of course with that shield and with the stacks that RAISY's been holding on to, that's not surprising to see either.
No, it's not at all here, as RAISY does have a stack disadvantage though. Problem is Av3k needs to find 6 frags in the next minute and 20. Almost impossible at this point, considering with the speed boost which RAISY has and the shield, he can just delay things, and with the starting stack of the clutch, it's just going to make matters even worse here for Av3k, as Mega coming up in the next few seconds is going to try and take him down, or at least do as much damage physically possible whilst he's taking down that Mega, and actually comes out on top after that last bout. Minute left remaining, as Av3k's probably just thinking about this next map to decide how he's going to try and make this comeback, which is perfectly understandable here. But Av3k put up a really good fight against the clutch. I didn't expect the amount of frags we saw from the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and that was not a tempo that I think either player was going to be comfortable trying to hold on to for the duration of the match. So I'm not surprised that around that 3-minute mark they kind of disengaged for that. However, the fact that it was frag for that first 3 minutes is pretty impressive. I think ultimately, as like kind of if one champion's going to catch up to the other, it's definitely the one that's got the shield and can negate some of that damage just based off of even what we've seen dished out as well. So,
Alright,
RAISY in the last 10 seconds, he knows
I'm
he's
pretty
got
sure we called
this.
GG
Doesn't
here,
even
that's why I
matter.
stopped moving around.
Everyone can put down their tools of destruction and get ready for the next map, which is going to be Vale. So first map and first win does go to RAISY. And there you see Clutch with arms in...
That was interesting, and I have face-bombed at least a dozen times throughout this. Hopefully I also learned from these mistakes that I made, because they were kind of obvious now that I watch back the match. Like, I don't really have a lot of brain power to figure out why I died in certain fights, but just during the match it's really hard to realize that you're about to make a mistake if you decide to act on this decision instead of just doing something else that would be more of a safe play, a more careful approach, which you should probably do most of the time instead of playing it high risk, high reward. But for some reason during this match, especially more in the beginning, I kind of went all in all the time, and I shouldn't really have. It might work out against lower skilled players, or even against pros that are not heavy hitters but just smarter. So like their strength is more like positioning or timing, whereas like Av3k is really strong when it comes to combat. So not sure why I try to overcome him using combat instead of positioning and playing smart, because I'm not better at combat than he is. That's why I got punished so many times. That's why I died in situations where I would normally be comfortable going all in. So yeah, if you know your opponent in like before the match starts and you are aware of his strengths and weaknesses, try not to beat him in his best aspect. Try to go for his weaknesses. You're more likely to win the match that way. But anyway, this was interesting. So I'm glad we did this, but I'm not gonna go for the remaining 2 maps because some people said that the servers are back up again, so I would rather play. But yeah, definitely something to learn from. Maybe I do something like this again in the near future. Alright, but that's it for now when it comes to analyzing. Let's go back into Quake.